Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. This week we are going to dive into this week and what we need to know about this week's energy, how we can best navigate that, and what messages the angels have for you. So first of all, just acknowledging all of this energy that we have been processing and receiving through that Lionsgate energy. If you guys didn't check out my video from the other day, it's on my YouTube, it's on my Facebook. And I was just talking about how special the Lionsgate portal is. And we're very much still in that. That was the peak on 8/8, but we are very much still in that energy. And I see this as being a very magical time where we are connecting with our intuition on a deeper level and we are receiving gifts from the universe, and there is a lot of power in manifestation right now. So if you didn't catch that video, I'm not going to repeat all of that, but make sure you go back and you watch that. I have that, like I said, up on my YouTube, up on my Facebook. So, but a lot of magic that's happening right now, and I do feel like this is a powerful shift. Right? Before I forget, speaking of my YouTube channel, I do have all 12 of the tarot scopes up for August. So some of them were for July and August because I didn't have time to get to all of them only in 1 month. So I took those 2 months to work on those, but they are all up now if you haven't checked that out. If you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure you get yourself subscribed. It's under Christy Waters Forsyth. I will try to make sure that I share that in the link below. So anyway, yeah, so lots of magic happening, lots of good stuff. I do feel like we are shifting into some really beautiful energy. And there's been a lot that has been happening. I mean, we are receiving so many downloads. We're processing a lot of downloads. We are receiving so many energy transmissions. And this is all to help us to be able to carry more light, to be able to hold more light, but it can feel like a lot. Again, I said in my other video that we are maybe feeling more tired or feeling more energized or both, a little bit all over the place, because it can look a little crazy as we're getting all of these downloads and we're connecting with all of these energies. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. It's a really beautiful thing, but we can feel all over the place a little bit, you know, and very, very emotional. We're still doing a lot of healing. There's still a lot of emotion that's happening right now. So just, I recommend that we allow it, you know, allow ourselves to do that. But I also feel like there's a lot of happiness and joy and magic that's coming our way. So I think that lots of us are going to begin to see either signs of manifestations that are starting to happen to us, or even some really exciting manifestations that are beginning to come in this week. So things are definitely moving forward. But what we want to be aware of is I do feel like there's a little bit of this energy of not allowing it, right? Like we've been through a lot. There's been a lot happening. And so what I'm seeing a little bit with people is like, we're starting to have some clarity on things. We're starting to understand why we went through the things that we went through or what we need to do next. But we also, and we're starting to understand what it is that we need to do, but there is this energy of fear around that, right? Like, it's like, we know what we need to do, but we're scared to do it. And part of that is because we have been through so much for the past few years. There's been a lot going on. And so I think that for some of us, it's just hard to trust that we can be happy, you know, that we can finally find a peace and joy, and that we can step into that. And so it can almost feel weird at this point. So if we catch ourselves feeling happy, it's like, wait a minute, when's that other shoe gonna drop, right? And so part of the message that I got for you guys is like, the shoe isn't necessarily going to drop. And yes, life has its ups and downs, but I think that we want to allow these gifts that are coming in for us to be gifts. And you might not know what I'm talking about yet with gifts, right? That might not have arrived for you yet, but I do feel like this is an opening. We've been talking about, you know, doors closing and waiting on doors to open. I feel like there are new doors opening. There are new opportunities coming in, and a lot of forward movement now that we're stepping into. So allow it and be mindful of the ways that you're blocking your own happiness. I find that we do that, right? we can, just maybe get overwhelmed with it. And again, we're waiting for that other shoe to drop, or it's really important to be mindful of the ways that you are self-sabotaging yourself. We just, as human beings, we do that, right? We see ourselves moving in a really good direction, and we will make decisions that go against the very things that we want. So being mindful of how we are self-sabotaging ourselves, and what's up with that. Ask yourself those questions. Why am I doing that? Am I afraid of success? And of what that might look like? Does that overwhelm me? Do I feel like I don't deserve it? Right? I feel like a lot of that is what's going on. And you absolutely do deserve it. We're all human. We all make mistakes, but you deserve amazing things simply because you exist, simply because you're here and you were created to be here and you were created in God's light. So absolutely you deserve it. And so you may find yourself needing to do some work around that, where you're working on allowing yourself to be open to deserving it and opening to receiving things with an open heart, even if it feels weird, even if it feels uncomfortable, because it's different. And asking yourself, like, where do my thoughts and patterns block me? What do I need to change? What do I need to shift? We've been working on doing a lot of changing, a lot of healing. And what thoughts and what patterns do we have that just really keep us stuck? And what I find is so often the thoughts that we have a lot of times are a reflection of not even our own thoughts, but of something that somebody else has said to us, or what society has taught us is right and what we need to do and the way that we do things. And I have to tell you guys that right here on earth right now, we are created to be systems busters. We're here to do things differently. And so you don't have to do things the way that we have been conditioned to do them. It's okay to break free. It's okay to follow your soul, follow your intuition. That's why you have it. And it is guiding us in the direction of the things that we want and our happiness and our joy. So if you let that guide you, it's going to show you every step of the way. But again, it's like, I do feel like we're being guided. I do feel like we're connecting with our intuition. And it's this energy of, what you need to do, what you want. You're just afraid to take steps in the direction of making that happen, or you're really close to having an awareness of that, and you're afraid to have that answer, because when you have that answer, then it means that you probably have to do something with that. So let the intuition come, let yourself be open to what's coming in, because I see a lot of us making some big changes for ourselves through that. And these are leaps of faith. This is scary stuff. This is, definitely following our soul can be scary, can be off the beaten path of the way that we've always done things, or the way that other people think that we need to do them. And taking a look again, where am I blocking my happiness? So are you punishing yourself for something? Or, I'm finding there are a lot of people out there too who are just kind of feeling like they need to be the martyr, or that they need to just give and give and give and give without ever honoring what they need, or what their soul is telling them, or what is best for them. So really just like being aware of that, because you're being shown what it is that's going to lead you on your best life path, and by the way, your happiest life path, because those two things are the same, and you're going to be shown. And, I talk all the time about how can we be of service and how important that is. But at the same time, we can't give and give and give until we have nothing left, because when we do that, we are doing ourselves and the people that we're helping a disservice. So sometimes you have to pay attention to what it is that you need, and make sure that you are on that list of people that you're prioritizing too. And the other thing is, like, are you giving your power away? I've seen a lot of stuff where it's like we're making excuses for ourselves, right? It's important that we're calling ourselves out right now. Like, where am I giving my power away? Where am I just handing it away and not accepting my own sovereignty, my own power, and not doing what I know is best and right. And, where am I making myself a victim? Because whenever we make ourselves a victim, even if we truly have been victimized, we're handing our power away. We're giving that away. So how can I step into my sovereignty? What is it that my intuition is showing me in terms of how I can step into my sovereignty? We have options. We have choices. And you're going to be aware of the choices that your soul wants you to make. So it's just going to be really important for you to get really, really honest with yourself, for you to call yourself on your own bullshit and make changes accordingly. Do what you need to do accordingly. I see that being really, really important this week. You may also, I think part of where we can block our happiness too is like that sometimes it's not something for us to handle, right? Sometimes it's like we're carrying too much, and what we really need to be doing is surrendering it. So often those things that I was just saying this in a session earlier, where those things that we don't want to surrender because we want to hold on to them really tightly, those are the very things that you need to surrender, because if you're holding on to it tightly, that means it's weighing you down. That means it's too heavy. So it's important to hand that up and trust in your higher power, trust in the angels, trust in God to take care of it. Because when you let go of the reins, you actually give God the power to take care of it. But as long as you're holding on to the reins and you're holding on tightly, you're not making any space, you're not making any room for miracles to happen. You have to create space for miracles. You have to let God do his job, right? You have to allow for miracles to come into your life, for joy to come into your life. So you have to allow for that flow. And a huge part of that flow is simply in surrendering the big things, the little things, and allowing that all to happen. So I think that's really important. And while you're asking yourself questions, again, we're still very much in this energy of what is my purpose? What is my mission in life? And how can I be honoring that more in my life? And how can I be making time and space for that? So that may mean that you're changing the work that you're doing to something that's more in alignment with your purpose. That might mean that you're more purposeful with your time, and that you're giving your time only to those people that really value you, that you can really be yourself with, that you can be your authentic self with, that you are giving your time to those people that let you be you and that don't drain you, that don't make you feel badly, that don't treat you badly, those people that honor you and your sovereignty, right? This is all really, really important this week. So that's a lot, but we have a lot going on right now, and it's all really important. And I want to come back to this idea of like, if you are letting yourself do all of this work and this exploration, there's a lot of clarity that's coming in and a lot of healing. And it's so funny because these are the theme cards that I pulled: clarity and healing. Right? We are connecting with clarity. We are starting to receive some of the answers. We might not have all of the answers. A lot of times we only get the next step on our journey. We don't get the big picture, right? Because it's kind of this energy of take that step and then the next step will be revealed to you. So there is a trust, there is a faith that has to come with this. And, But you will be made clear as to what the next step is and what direction you need to be moving in, or at least feel like you're moving in the direction of clarity and healing. How many times have we pulled this card? There's so much healing that's happening and available to us this year if we allow it. But we've got to let that shadow work happen. We've got to let ourselves go into the places that are hard to go into so that we can become clear on what it is that we really want. Because I feel like it's like the universe is taking the mask off and we're seeing things in some ways it's like we're seeing them for the first time. It's like, oh my gosh, how have I been doing this for so long? Or how have I stayed in this connection this long? Or how have I stayed in this job for this long? I don't know how I did it because I'm not even that same person anymore. Or I don't know how I've engaged in this for this long. So notice that. Notice what's happening when the sun comes out, when the mask comes up, because that's very much what this energy is starting here in this week. So we'll look at the rest of the cards. So we have the Seven of Swords, right? this is a card about deception. So you may find that, you know, there's somebody in your experience that you can't trust. I'm pretty sure I pulled this card last week too, right? So honoring that, listening to that, you don't need a sign. You don't need evidence. Just listen to your intuition, okay? Listen to your intuition and honor that. But you don't need a sign. But the Seven of Swords, here's what I feel like especially is important about this Seven of Swords this week is like, where are you lying to yourself? Where are you being dishonest with yourself? Because it's comfortable to stay in this place. You know what to expect here in this place. It doesn't challenge you as much if you stay here in this place, but deep down, you know what the truth is. Where are you being dishonest with yourself? Ace of Swords, clarity, gifts from the universe that are helping us to see things very, very clearly. It's like the clouds are parting and suddenly we understand. So I see a lot of clarity coming through this week. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is like, don't push the gifts that the universe is bringing into our experience away. I feel like it's like there are things that are coming into our experience, but if we aren't paying attention, we are going to miss it as a gift, okay? This might be an offer that comes in where you're like, oh, I don't know, you know, but really like the reason that you're saying I don't know is because you're scared, right? Don't let fear block what wants to come in. This is, you know, the energy of this card is very much a stability. It's something very, very real and that can develop into something stable. So be mindful of what wants to come into your experience, and that immediate knee-jerk response, maybe out of fear, maybe out of not being honest with yourself, where you're like, oh no, I don't, no. And I'm not saying like accept every offer that comes your way, but what I'm saying is pay attention to your reaction to that and ask yourself, did that reaction come from my soul or did that come from fear? Because if it came from fear, you want to revisit that and explore that and get a sense of what it is that you really want to do. Chariot card. I see us moving forward with things. I see things happening. I see, you know, for some of us, like this is going to be travel this week. You may be traveling this week. Some of you may actually be moving this week. But I also feel like this is saying the energy is moving forward. But here's the thing is like the Chariot card is all about letting yourself be led, right? You are, in the chariot, but you are letting yourself be led, and it's really symbolically representing letting yourself be led by your higher power, letting yourself be led by source, and following the flow of that. So letting that happen for you. King of Cups. Our hearts are opening more and more, and it's really beautiful. So that's part of these energies that we're receiving. So let yourself allow the heart opening. Let yourself feel the feels. Let yourself, like it may feel emotional. Like I was sharing in my Lionsgate video, I've cried a lot more lately, but it's more like just I feel connected to my emotions. I feel like when I feel excited, I feel really excited. When I feel happy, I feel really happy. When I feel sad, I feel really sad, right? But I think it's like because I'm really letting myself process that sadness. And when we let ourselves feel it, it allows us to process it. And when we process it, it can be cleared, it can be released, and we're not carrying it. So let that happen. But this is also about being open to new love, be open to new opportunities, be open to, I think I was saying last week there was kind of an energy of some reconnections and things like that. So this might be like reconnecting with people in your life, love, friendships, whatever. And, but people are coming in with an open heart this time. And so let yourself step into the situations that are happening for you with an open heart. Try not to be too guarded. Try not to shut that out because you're trying to protect yourself, because this new earth that we're stepping into, we have open hearts here, and we love each other harder, and we are vulnerable, and it's a really beautiful thing. So we're moving into that energy as a collective. Last card that we have here is the Eight of Cups. anything that isn't aligned, that isn't meaningful for us, I see us walking away. I see a lot of people walking away from things this week, or beginning that process of walking away from things, because it's like, nope, I see it. This doesn't align for me. This doesn't feel good for me. This doesn't, or maybe it once did, but it doesn't anymore. This isn't what I want. And I'm going after the good stuff. I'm going after what I really want. So this can be in regard to relationships. Like, I'm leaving the past behind. I'm leaving the, certain connections in my life that don't align for me anymore behind. And I'm moving in the direction of what I know my heart and my soul wants. Or this can be in regard to something else that you want in your life. And you understand where you're settling. You understand, again, it's like truth. It's clarity. It's understanding. Oh, I get it. I've been settling for a long time. And this isn't what I want, and this doesn't work for me anymore. And I'm no longer willing to participate in old patterns that no longer align for me. So a lot of stuff happening. I just threw a lot at you guys, but maybe watch it a couple of times just to absorb it all. This energy is going to be continuing, so it's not just now, not just this week, but we have a lot, and it's a very powerful shift, and it's a very beautiful shift that we are moving into. So I really love this for us, and I would love to hear about all of the magic that's showing up for you guys this week. All right, take care, guys. If you guys connect with this video, I always appreciate if you like it, comment, share it, whatever it is that you feel called to do. That very much helps to support my videos and my YouTube channel and all of that stuff. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button in my YouTube, or you swing by to my YouTube channel and get yourself subscribed. All right, guys, thank you so much. Take care. I will see you soon with another video.